Hi everybody and welcome to It's Simply Computing. Today's tutorial is going to be on PFSense and VLANs. Now it's a fairly straightforward process and very simple thing to go through, but I just wanted to create this video real quick and move from this into limiters. That's one thing that I had a little problem with, and I'd like to show everybody how to work with those. I'm going to close those out. So here I have a clean PFSense installation. Kind of make that a little larger for you to see. There we go. And wide area network, LAN, all that other fun stuff. So this is just a clean setup. And I'm going to show you how to get the VLANs configured. Now, just real quick, I'm going to show you a production environment that I have. Here I have all of these different networks, and basically they're all wireless. I have a wireless access point with VLAN capabilities and a layer 3 switch from D-Link, which is not the best, but it works. It gets the job done. Everything kind of comes into here before it goes out to the gateway. Now it's a very small organization, so as you can see there are not many addresses doled out, and we do have a public Wi-Fi network. As you can see, there is activity. So if I go into my interfaces, got it down to assign, we can see we have VLAN 2, 6, 3, 4, 5. All of these are on the same interface. So let's go ahead and go into our lab. I'll show you how to get that set up. So here we are. We have a LAN interface, which is where all the VLANs are going to come into. And then here's our WAN interface, which of course goes to the internet. This is going to be your standard and typical gateway configuration. So you go to interfaces and assign. It's good to take note of which interface you want to use. In this case, it is EMS1 for LAN. We go over to VLANs, click the little plus button, click, and pick out your VLAN tag. For me, it is, well, we actually don't have any VLANs running in this lab, but we're just going to pick 100. And then we're going to do description, Bob's Fun Network. I don't know, just for the fun of it. And now Bob's Fun Network is on VLAN tag 100. We can go in and add another one. We'll call this, will be 1000. And description, we're going to call this one Jane's gaming network, because Jane really likes to game and we don't need people seeing Bob's Fun Network while they're gaming. And then we can add another one in. Let's just call this one 5. Now these VLAN tags of course are made somewhere else in your network and they've already been configured, so you need to be working off of what's already been configured, putting it into here based on where you want it to go. Here the description will be payroll. Fairly important. Now that we have the VLANs configured, we can go back over to interface assignments and available network ports. You can see we have all 3 of these. So we're just going to hit next. Next. We're just going to add all 3 of those. And of course you can go in and rename these anything you want, but LAN we'll just leave open so that you just connect without a VLAN. It will just take you out to the internet. And then these are the different interfaces based on the VLAN tags. Now what we can do is we can go in, close that. Now we can go in and enable these. Now depending on how your network is set up, depending on how your network is set up, you may need to configure DHCP settings and static addresses. I'm just going to leave this as none. I'm not going to worry about it. Just hit save. Apply changes. And we're going to do this for all of the interfaces that we have. Cancel. No. Assign. BT2. Enable. Save. Alright, now that we have that configured, we can go to Firewall, Rules, and now we'll see all three of those have been activated. Now, of course, by default, all incoming connections on this interface will be blocked until you added past rules. So basically, everything is blocked out coming into it. So it's not really going to do us much good. Now, one thing that I do have configured, and this is something that is very valuable. One second while we reconnect. One thing that's very valuable is when you go to Firewall and Aliases, is as you can see, I have this configured on this live production system that VLAN 2, the alias for that, is every other network. So VLANs 1 through 6 are going to be listed. So, and now what I've done is every VLAN is associated with its IP address and the subnet that it's in. So here we have 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For VLAN 3, we have 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. VLAN 4, and so forth and so on. I don't need to go through all that with you. And what that does is allows me, go down to rules. For example, we go to public Wi-Fi. I've given it access to basically the entire internet minus all of this stuff up here, but not these networks. So anyone on the Wi-Fi public network cannot gain access to this firewall gateway, and they cannot see these other devices. So let me go ahead and show you this. If I edit that, you can see that we have a pass action. So we're passing the traffic. The interface is going to be coming from the Wi-Fi public network. Any protocol on the IPv4 standard. The source is going to be the Wi-Fi public network, which is Wi-Fi public net. The destination is not, so we're going to pass everything, but not to the single host or alias, the alias I created, VLAN 2. And if you remember, VLAN 2 alias listed every other VLAN network that I had. So now they cannot gain access to that. Well, I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, give me a thumbs up. The next one I'm going to put together is going to be on limiters, because that did cause me a little bit of a frustration trying to get that set up. So until next time, keep it simple.